Oh, 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 hello. I'm going to give you my recitation of The Night Before Christmas because I really like it and it's my favorite thing to do just before I go to bed. So lay back or sit back or just sit if you're a puppy or cat. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Now the children were all nestled snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my hat had settled our brains down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I leapt up from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up all the sash, and the moon on the breast of a new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and a teeny tiny reindeer. With an old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a minute it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, and he called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, all. Which I assume meant, hey, go to the top of the porch, and then go to the top of the wall, and then get out of here. That's what I think that meant. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the house, to the top quarters they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard up on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little tiny hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. He came down the chimney, which I personally think would have been a little hot, but he's St. Nick, and so, magic happens, but don't try that at home. I think trying that at home is a bad idea. Anyway, he was dressed all in fur, fake fur, just saying. From his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. The bundle of toys he flung up on his back, he looked like an old peddler, just opening his pack. His eyes, they were twinkling. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose was like a cherry. He had a little tiny mouth, was drawn up like a bow, and then his beard of his chin was as white as snow. And the stump of his pipe, well, he didn't actually have a pipe. The stump of his Starbucks he held in his teeth, and the coffee encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly, and he shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was plus size, plump, a right old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. Now, I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing with him because he was going, ho, 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 and I said, ha, ha, ha. So we were laughing together. And a wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Well, I do have some things to dread, but I wasn't dreading seeing him. That's what that means. And he didn't say a word. He went straight to his work. He filled all of the stockings and turned with a jerk. He laid his finger aside his nose and giving a nod, whoop, whoop, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew like a down on a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. The Night Before Christmas by Clement Moore.